So you talked about tapping into other genres,
Mhm.
and I saw that you appeared with some artists that I had heard of, who Adam Levine, Rod Stewart. Did you have a favorite working with some of those people that more mainstream?
I
How was it working with some of those people? And did you have a favorite?
and do I have what? Sorry.
A favorite.
Oh, a favorite. I mean, I love doing shows like that. I think that's one of my favorite things to do. There's just so much energy, from the crowd. It's different, when you're playing an arena and the crowd screaming versus you're playing a performance hall and, everyone has to be so quiet in between it's so contrasting. So that's why I love doing both. It's never the same with that, but I love, I really enjoyed the Michael Buble show that I did. That was huge scale, arena, very high budget. That Trans-Siberian Orchestra is really fun, very chaotic, but it's an experience for sure. And then, I mean, the Who was just incredible. You get to play with the Who. That was just cool.
Nice. Also, yeah, I saw Michael W. Smith on that too. He's a pretty big Christian artist. Is that right? That's
What do you say?
Is he a big Christian artist, Michael W. Smith?
Artist. I think he's just more like soul, kind of like Frank Sinatra, but more modern.
Okay.
He has a pretty popular Christmas album out there.
Gotcha. Okay, so kind of along the lines of that, what are maybe 2 or 3 artists that you would like to perform that you have?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, anything. I'm a country music fan, being in Nashville for a while. Like, I think one of their shows that have some strings back would be pretty cool. Maybe like Chris Stapleton or something, or anything more Americana-y folk. I'm not sure. I have to come back to that one. I haven't really thought about that. I can tell you though, a venue I've always wanted to play. I've never played here, but it's my bucket list. Definitely want to do at one point is that Red Rocks out in California. I've always wanted to play there. I've played in a lot of venues in the country and across the world, but Red Rocks is one I have not, and I would love to do that.
Yeah, well, I've actually had a couple of friends I know have been out there. I'm from a place called Hamilton, Ohio.
Okay, that sounds familiar. I feel like I've played there for something. I don't remember.
Possibly. There is a band, I'm not going to remember their name, but the lead singer, he's from Hamilton, and they do shows out there.
Cool. No,
The Revivalists, I think their name.
The Revivalists?
Yeah.
That sounds really familiar. I'm not sure why.
I think the lead singer is from the same place that I'm from. I can't remember his name. But
okay. What genre are they?
I think they do a rock side.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, just to finish up, give me your top 5. I'm just gonna say this loosely, musicians. So you take it wherever you want to take it. If they play violin, if they do something else, give me your top 5 musicians. Okay. Or maybe top 3, whatever.
Okay, I have 2 that came to mind pretty quickly. I'd have to think about the third one for a second, but growing up, I'm to this day, I have never been like up to date with pop culture. I admit that it's one of my things. Weakness of mine. Mm-hmm. But I think one of the reasons why is because growing up, I really never listened to, anything on the radio or anything that was current. My mom always had like this this cassette tape of Elvis Presley like playing on the radio, and I love Elvis. Like I listened to so much of his music, and been to great. I think he was a really big influence as a kid. Just listening to him,
Right.
I think he would definitely be one of my tops. I think loving country music and then discovering a different side of it which was more soulful and folk, more raw too. I think Chris Stapleton, I think I mentioned him before, but listening to his music really kind of gave me a different side of the entire genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's his own little pocket, which I just kind of sat on his albums and listened to it on repeat for a while, and to this day I still listen to him. I saw him live also too, and he's just as incredible live as he is on his albums. And then Jason Isbell is another one of those where I will just throw on like his music and just get lost in it, like lyrics. And that kind of is on the same level as Chris Stapleton. But another one who is a violinist, I listened to him. His name is Joshua Bell. Like he's a world famous violinist. I listened to him. I had the CD when I was a kid. I would just fall asleep listening to the certain violin concerto that I love so much. It's my favorite one. But I think I listened to his playing of that. I just remember I had this big old boom box as a kid in my room, and I put it in the boom box and I would just play it. And I love his music. I try to see him anytime he's in town, or wherever I am. I've been lucky to meet him one time, so that's pretty cool. Those 4 off the top of my head, is that okay?
Yeah, that's 4. That's
Okay.
good enough. That's good enough.
All right.
Well, thank you for doing the interview and joining us and letting us learn a little bit more about you, and sharing some of your story with us. And we'll be following you, see where you end up. Maybe see you somewhere on TV. Saying, the kid, I have an interview.
No, I appreciate you having me on. This is fun. Thank you.
No problem. So, Lizz Kitts, thank you. And see you around. And see you night.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and have a good night. Okay.
Okay. See you.
All right. Bye.